Welcome. Welcome to the virtual Sunday service for the Journey Within Spiritualist Church. I'm Reverend Annette Hack from the Journey Within, and I'll be hosting today's service. I am so pleased and honored to welcome our guest today, Susan Hughes. Susan, who is Irish, is born and lives in Dublin, Ireland, is an accredited medium speaker, and teacher with the Spiritualist National Union. Susan has trained extensively under the guidance and direction of the many wonderful spiritualist tutors, Violet Kipling, Mavis Batilla, Tony Stockwell, being her main inspirers. She now runs workshops, classes, and holds or presents discussions assisting others discover and reach their own potential within their own spiritual understanding and abilities. Susan Hughes is a deeply intuitive psychic and a medium using her abilities with the intention of being a clear and truthful voice for the spirit world. She brings joy, hope, and a deep respect of this sacred space she works within. And quoting her, this will always be her highest intention. It is truly my joy and my pleasure to welcome Susan Hughes to our service today.
Thank you, Annette. I sit here while people, when I do services, when my people, you have to read the bio, I kind of go, oh my God, but it's all true. It's all true, but you go, oh my God.
And that's
Anyway, sorry.
We begin our service with spiritual healing conducted virtually as our healers are with us today. Now, if you'd like to request healing for someone, please type their first name and the first initial of their last name in the chat box. Please do not include the person's full name. That's due to confidentiality. Now, if you wish, you may also add your names of your pets, the planet, or global circumstances. We open with a prayer followed by a period of quiet meditation. And if you'd like to participate in this healing, please quiet yourself. Focus on that breathing. And as you inhale, feel yourself boasting that immune system within with the divine spirit, that divine spark, and igniting that inner healer for self. Please join me in prayer. Mother, Father, gracious God of love, we gather here together in prayer and grace and ask that healing be shared emotionally and spiritually and physically, whatever is needed at the time. Healing for your brothers and your sisters and the animals in this planet, this precious planet Earth and the universe. We pray for those suffering that especially gone through these natural disasters of the fires and the hurricanes and tornadoes or whatever it might be, or these wars as well and the dissension. We ask that their burdens are eased, and we pray for the leaders to think in terms of equality, for all having shelter and all having food, and opening their hearts and minds, bringing each nation kinder and more compassionate and gentle, and also healing to the precious earth in their minds as well. And may we learn to see our own beauty and bringing heal to thyself, to all creation, and to learn and honor our thoughts and concerns and work with the spirit and that divine within, and being healing ambassadors throughout this world, one step at a time, with the grace of God. Amen. As we come to the end of the healing portion of our service, may we send special healing prayers for those names that have been written in the chat box. And may we sincerely pray for healing for those throughout this planet, the universe, the humanity and animals in need. Healing for those that are experiencing the loneliness, the illnesses, the sadness, or even the fear of whatever is in need at this time. And may we be reminded that healing is there merely for the asking, as we place our trust in the love and the power of God. Amen. If you'd like to request healing for anyone during the course of the week, please email or call the church with their names and we'll forward them to the healers who will be praying for the healing for the days and the weeks and the months to come. A special thank you for all the healers. You're greatly appreciated for taking your time and being with us. Thank you. And welcome again, everyone. I'm Minister Annette Hack from the Journey Within Spiritualist Church, and I'm hosting today's service. And we are here today with Susan Hughes. We open the service with song and prayer. I'd like to invite Susan to lead us in the opening prayer, please.
Thank you, Annette. Very honored. So as we just move ourselves together, understanding we're here for a reason, and our prayer today to the Divine Spirit, source of all life and love. We gather here today in humility and gratitude, seeking your guidance and your light. We open our hearts and minds to your presence, inviting your healing energies to flow through this sacred space. May we feel the connection to the eternal, recognizing the oneness that binds us all together. May we be instruments of your peace and channels of your wisdom. Let the messages of today bring hope and love, and in the understanding they are received with clarity, and may our hearts be uplifted by the truths that lay within. Guide us, Great Spirit, to deeper understanding and compassion for one another as we sit together in this sacred space and journeying through our life, connected always. And may we be reminded of the divine purpose and light that resides within all us. And of course, we say our prayer together, as always, in the name of Spirit, in the name of love, and in the name of healing. Amen.
I invite Susan Hughes to provide today's address.
Thank you, Annette. And delighted to do so. So I am using a book today that I've used before, and I use it a lot. I have this book so many years now, and it's Anam Cara by John O'Donoghue is the name. But so just to let you know, Anam Cara is Celtic, it's Irish, but it translates to soulmate. So if someone said to me, Codas Anam Dit, what is your name? What they're really saying is, what is your soul? Who is this soul? So just a little bit about that. And I know the ancient Celts believed in a soul that radiated from the body. So when two souls or individuals formed a deep and lasting bond, their souls would mingle. And therefore, each person could be said to have found their anam cara or soul friend. So I'm just going to read just a short passage from that. The anam cara experience opens a friendship that is not wounded or limited by separation or distance. Such friendship can remain alive even when the friends live far away from each other. I know, sorry, I'll continue with this. Because they have broken through the barriers of persona and egoism to the soul level, the unity of their souls is not easily severed. And when the soul is awakened, physical space is transfigured. Even across the distance, two friends can stay attuned to each other and continue to sense the flow of each other's lives. With your Anam Cara, you awaken the eternal. In this soul space, there is no distance. This is beautifully illustrated during the meal in the film Babette's Feast, where an old soldier speaks to the woman he loved from youth, but was not allowed to marry. He tells her that even though he hadn't seen her since, she had always been at his side. Love is our deepest nature, and consciously or unconsciously, each of us searches for love. We often choose such false ways to satisfy this deep hunger, an excessive concentration on our work, on achievements or spiritual quest that can actually lead us from the presence of love. In the work of soul, our false urgency can utterly mislead us. We do not need to go out to find love. Rather, we need to be still and let love discover us. Love is patient. Love is always patient and kind. Love is never boastful or conceited. It is never rude or selfish. It does not take offense and is not resentful. Love is always ready to excuse, to trust, to hope, and to endure whatever comes. Perfect love casts out all fear. Now, isn't that amazing? Perfect love casts out all fear. And we as humans, well, speaking for myself, but I know many of you know this, there is no perfection within the human. There's perfect moments, there's perfect memories. But what is perfect is love, because that is us, that is the soul. We radiate from love, and it's what the human does with it. Obviously, through our experiences in life, obviously, through what we have been taught about what love is. People don't want to talk about love, or they're overly obsessed with love, and the balance is incorrect. And I love that opening paragraph there where it spoke about friends at a distance. I know that we have friends that we may not see for weeks or months or even years. And when we gather together, it's just the same because we are soul connected. So even though we're not physically with them, we are spiritually and soulfully present in their lives. And I wonder if we were really to think about this, how would we see ourselves if we saw how we are loved from that soul aspect? Would we let ourselves think so lowly of ourselves? I think not. I think not. See ourselves through the eyes of love is not an arrogance. It's spirit. It's the divine source. That's what we see. Now, I'm not talking about dating, by the way, so that's a different thing. It's a different thing. I wouldn't know how to do that anyway. But within love, it's just the reflection of yourself and the imprint of your life that has connected with the soul of another who's imprinting on your life as well. So I really feel love isn't everything, it is the whole of us. So I want love, but I want it to be this and I want it to be that. We can't just say what love is supposed to be, even though if I was speaking to someone about a relationship issue, I'd say, well, love won't reside where there is no trust and respect. But that's human love, not soul love. The soul, what is that song from Titanic? And the soul will go on and on and on. We are present forever. And that's why when we make that connection with our Anam Cara, with our soul friend, it is forever, even if we do not see them every day. I think that's a lovely thought. I know we Irish are very poetic at times, but we're also not so very realistic as well. So love brings us the patience to embrace our love for ourselves, our understanding of ourselves, and therefore of others. It brings that peace to us that we're always looking for. And I probably said this before here because it's funny, some things come into our mind. We would be asking my mom when we were kids, what do you want for Christmas? Because she was very picky. Really had to get the present right, you know. But she said, I just want peace. I just want peace. Not quite like that, but I just peace. Now, I didn't understand. That's very difficult for a child to understand. But as I grow into my years, I go, I get that. I know exactly what she meant. But that peace that's been sought outside will never be found. It needs to begin with the self, with the internal understanding our anam. God is animdit. What is your name? What is your soul? Who are you? And then when people say, well, how do you do? Who are you? They reply what they are. Oh, well, I'm a doctor, I'm a nurse, I work in accounts. That's what you do. Who are you? Who is your soul? So when we move along during our week and we take all these thoughts with us that are, we have a little bit of time to ourselves and the rest of the world is just manic. It's just crazy. Just sit for a moment. Just sit and think, you can befriend you. You can be at peace with you. And often when healing is done, I remind people to include themselves. It is not selfish to do that. We're permitted to ask for assistance in the name of love, in the name of our soul unity. I think, and and I know from Mavis, and I know Mavis has passed over, obviously, we all know that. From her, I learned how to respect the blessings that were in my life. And because, we get lowly, we get, oh, it's not working out, it's not the way it is. And because we're looking for perfect, we get upset. And I found when I took that practice of saying, I am blessed, and then I added, and he is blessed, and then she is blessed, because I didn't want to leave out my family and I didn't want to leave out my friends. So he is blessed, she is this, they are blessed, we are blessed. And to get that love of ourselves, we will begin to validate and see the blessings we truly have. Love isn't rude, it's not nasty, it's not mean, it's none of those things. It doesn't carry resentment for something we messed up a couple of years back, or yesterday, or back when I was 12 and I did that and I wish I hadn't. That's not love. That's the human not resolved with itself. So I love that last sentence as I finish up here. Perfect love casts out fear. And I know knowledge also dispels fear. So if your knowledge of you can be seen as love of you, don't be fearful of living your life. Do your best. You cannot do more than your best. So when that piece said, don't go out looking for love, I think it's not saying don't seek it at all. I don't believe that in myself. Just don't be out looking for love when you can't have it for yourself. Keep it within you, understand you, and you be your Anam Cara. You be your soul friend. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Susan, for those wonderful and beautiful, thoughtful words. Thank you so much. We
Yeah,
now,
I'm sorry. Yeah, Kimberly, it's Anam Cara, Anam Cara, two separate words. John O'Donoghue.
thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
We now come time for our collections and announcements. There's two boxes on the screen, and one is for donations, where it says Journey Within Donations. The other is for those of you who would like to become a member of our center. Now, we appreciate any donations at this time. If you'd like to donate, you can click on the box or donate through our website or send a check. We're great for all donations, great and small. Thanks so much. We have a fellowship at the service every week. When you come to Pompton Lakes at Spirituals Within, when you come to the service there, they have this fellowship after the service, and there's coffee, tea, and small desserts, bagels, donuts, for example. And please bring something to share and have a chat with the community, with everyone. Also, please become a member of the community by, as I said, there's another box there called Journey Within Membership. Click on that and just fill that out and send it in and come join us. Love to have you. There is no online service this evening with the student services due to this US Labor Day weekend. But our evening ongoing classes resume next week. And this Wednesday, our healing meditation resumes as well. And now I have our classes coming up. September 9th, you have the demonstration of mediumship with the Journey Within advanced students to benefit the Hydesville Schoolhouse. September 13th, you have the virtual dedication of the Hydesville Schoolhouse with Minister Colin Bates and Pastor Joseph Shield at 2 p.m., and that is Eastern Time. September 14th, we have two events. One is the Soulmates and Soul Companions with Kevin Tedeschi, and the other is the Developing Your Mediumship series with Peter Matthew, which begins. Now, what I'm talking about is all online. On September 16th, there's the Self-Healing for Health and Well-Being series with Judith Seaman. September 17th, you have the Holistic Mediumship series with Judith Seaman. All these are beginning these series with Judith. On September 19th is the Alchemy of Life series with Judith Seaman as well. On September 22nd, you have the Animals and Their Messages with Lillian Steiner. September 23rd is the Soulful Manifesting with Laura Wooster. September 26th, we have two events again online. One is the Spiritual Assessment Workshop with Simone Key. The other is the Inspirational Leading to Trance Control series with Judith Seaman. Again, that's just beginning. September 27th, Creative Expression with Christine Morgan. September 28th, Evidential Mediumship with Key Systems with Pastor Joe Shield. Now, in person at the Journey Within, on the first and third Sundays of each month, mediumship development classes are offered at all levels with Pastor Joe and guest tutors. It starts at noon, and the cost is $20. And the next class will be October 6th. There are no classes in September. However, September 5th, again, this is going to the church. It's face-to-face. Demonstration of mediumship with John Holland and Joseph Shield. September 6th and 7th is the Signs, Symbols, and Images, Understanding the Language of Spirit with John Holland and Joseph Shield. And September 15th, there's the Demonstration of Mediumship with Colin Bates, David Scheitzer, and Joseph Shield. October 12th is Spirit Unleashed, Embrace Your Natural Mediumship with Rita Berkowitz and Lori Sheridan. Now that is during the morning and afternoon, and that evening there is the Demonstration of Mediumship with Rita Berkowitz, Laura Wooster, Lori Sheridan, and Pastor Joe Shield. November 2nd, Demonstration of Mediumship with Cindy Kaza and Joseph Shield. I know that's a lot to take in, but if you go to our website and watch for the dates and the times, you'll be up to date with us as well. Come and join us. It is now time for our demonstration of mediumship. As a spiritualist church, we do believe in the continuity of life. As the medium brings forth a body of evidence of a deceased loved one, and you can take 90% to 100% of what's been said in the exact way the medium says it, not how you kind of want to make it fit. Please raise your little digital hand that you'll find at the bottom of your screen. And it may be blue, green, yellow, red, whatever that may, but could a couple of folks do that for me to make sure that we've got it going today? There we go. Thank you. Thank you so very much. Okay. And you can lower them as well. Wonderful. There we go. Oops, there we go. All right. If you can take the first few pieces of the evidence, but you can't continue to take the next pieces of evidence, please lower your hand so we can find the recipient as quickly as possible. Now, if several people can take the information, it will be up to the medium, to Susan Hughes, to discern the right recipient. Now, if you're invited to speak, but you cannot unmute or you're having difficulty, I ask that you type in the chat box. I'll be watching that as well. We will now listen to a song, and afterwards we'll say a message prayer in preparation for the demonstration. And as we go and listen to the music, invite your loved ones to join us this day. You're welcome to join me in the prayer. Do not stand at my grave and weep. I am not there. I do not sleep. I'm 1,000 winds that blow. I'm the diamond glints on snow. I'm the sunlight on ripened grain. I am the gentle autumn rain. When you awaken the morning's hush, I'm the swift, uplifting rush of quiet birds in circled flight. I am the soft star that shines at night. Do not stand at my grave and cry. I am not there. I did not die. I invite Susan Hughes to offer demonstration of mediumship.
Thank you very much, Annette. I love that piece of music,
So,
really do.
again, it's
I'm
with
sure I heard that first, I think was with Simon James. And I was trying to remember, was I in Diswananoff or where was I? Anyway, so let me just say that as I was sitting here blending with spirit side of life, I felt a female come towards me, and I kept thinking sister and soul sister, which is interesting because we were speaking about the soul. So this is someone's sister or soul sister, someone who was like a sister. And I feel that I know that she's showing me and giving me the sensation that there was an anxiety with her. This was a girl who got quite anxious and worried. The name Sarah also passed through my mind, if that's relevant to anybody. Now, I want to say about this guy, I love her laugh. She's just got the beautifulest, lightest laugh and the gentlest soul who went through really difficult times in her life with her family and relationship life. And she still brought her smile, this warm smile to this world for other people. Very much a carer. It wouldn't surprise me if she actually had work within, not a nurse, I would say, but within that caring environment, because I'm seeing like a hospital environment where and I also feel that she's very intelligent because I want to teach the world. And she must have loved music because I'm hearing a lot of music, and it's kind of, I want to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. So I know there's a bit of a, dare I say it, do people know what hippies are these days? A free spirit, a free spirit. Is anybody understanding any of this? A sister of soul says,
I have two
right.
free hands, free hands.
Oh,
Four
okay,
hands.
four. Oh, that's great. Should we all put our hands up and play? There's no problem at all. And you all understand that um, this free spirit. And I also feel I'm trying to distinguish, is it one or two children that was left behind? I have a feeling there may have been a loss of a child. That's what I feel with that because I saw two and then one went. So if I could hear the voice of the people and I'd see.
Got two, Sheila, and Sheila's, we've only got Sheila. Here we go.
Oh, okay, that's wonderful.
Hi there,
Sheila.
Susan. Good morning.
Good morning, Sheila. Thank you for raising your hand and interacting. You know this lady as your soul friend, your sister. Do you understand
Sister.
her that way?
Sister.
She's lovely, isn't she? And she's the best laugh because
She-
she's so joyful, Sheila, to be in your company because I know that when you're in each other's company, you're either very, very quiet, trying to understand each other, or you are nonstop talking. Isn't that correct? That's what I
That's
feel.
true. That's true.
Yeah. And I also know that you were so close that you could reach others' minds. And I know that's not really possible because that is an empathy for each other. You know when something was up with her, and she knew when something was up with you. Yet, yet I want to say, Sheila, is that she did hide her illness a little, didn't she?
Yes, very much so.
And she wants to bring an apology to you. It's not that she didn't trust you, it's that she didn't trust herself within
That's
that
true.
space.
Yeah, I
And
believe so.
I feel that and I'm delighted, and I feel that there's no healing needed between the two of you. I don't sense that or feel that, but I know she wants to sing you a song, Sheila. And it's just so lovely because she just brings joy with her, doesn't she? She just brings joy with her. Now, that's not to mean that she never created chaos, because I know that was with her as well.
Yes,
Do you understand that?
I
It
do.
was, and it was for the fun, and she just, it's almost that childlike energy of her, and I don't mean childish, it's that
Yeah,
childlike. trusting energy of why can't it be so? Why can't it be? This is the way it should be. Now, I know that she passed, people say before their time, but we know in spiritual words it is our time, but she passed before we as humans would have recognized she fulfilled her life. Do you see
Very
that?
much. Yeah.
And I don't know, did she wear a lot of jewelry, beads and things? Is that
Yes.
right? I
Yes.
feel there was a lot of knickknacks and things like that. Nothing of great value other than sentimental. And because she's not materialistic at all. Sure, she's not materialistic at all. If I have food in my belly and I can feed my family, I'm happy.
Yeah.
That's where she is. Now I know that she must have talked because she's talking about her dream home. She's talking about her dream home, and she laughs at it now. The silliness of her in her innocence. Now, listen, can I? Is there one child here on this earth belong to her?
There are two, but there was one child that had a separation.
That's all right because I saw two and then one
Yep.
was taken, so I wasn't sure if
Yep.
the because I also feel there are two children with her on the other side. These are within the family, not necessarily directly to her, because she just loves the kids. She's just down with the kids. That's what I
Yeah.
feel.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I'd never say that. I'm very uncool. I wouldn't say I'm down with kids, but I reckon she was. So just let me move to this beautiful message. Sheila, you can over seriousness yourself, can't you? Your mind.
Yes.
And she's wanting to bring you her joy and her laughter to you. And she would never leave you hanging, is what she said. I would never not finish a promise. And so I know that she is assisting you fulfill the promise she made. And I know that her passing was quite sudden in the end, wasn't it? It was like unfinished business. That's what I
Yes.
feel.
Mhm.
And and you know the other thing, and a lot of our spirit people say this, they would rather not hang on. You know, they'd rather go than hang on without themselves. I suppose when we get too infirm to move. Um,
It's true.
I know also, Sheila, and forgive me if this is correct incorrect as I pick it up, that she did overwork her mind as well, but it caused depression. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Because she's just bringing me to that, and I'm not going to over talk about that because I know it brought her to places that other people didn't understand she was at.
Yeah.
We put it that way.
Mhm.
Yeah. And so again, she's saying to you, I'm sorry I didn't. She lost her trust in her own mind and therefore her trust in being able to share her difficulties.
Mm.
And so you need to know, and I'm sure you do because you're present at a spiritualist church, that she has continued to grow and to love. And she does love her children so very dearly. And I feel is one of them a son.
Yes.
Yeah, one of them's a son, and he can be very vocal at times. Is that correct? I
Yes.
feel very
Yep.
vocal at times. So
Yep.
she's trying to help calm the situation around him as well. The other one must be a daughter then.
That's correct. Yep.
Yeah, because I go, she pretty thing. She's a pretty little thing. That's what I want to say. She's a pretty little thing. And I want you to know that the love that just pours from your sister to her children and to you is phenomenal. It's so enormous. But you know, Sheila, you know that she does this. You knew that this was happening anyway, her
I did.
love.
Absolutely.
So yeah, and so and we know love is an energy and energy cannot be destroyed. And she says, well, there's no destroying me, even though whilst on earth some people did try to destroy her in different ways.
Mm. Yeah.
Mm. And she's fully acknowledging that she didn't always um listen to advice. That's what I will say to you. Listen to advice. And but she said, you know, life has to go on. And you live your life this way, and I live my life this way. But we can never be separated. My sister and I cannot be separated. So I know you send her thoughts every day because she's replying to me and she's saying, tell Sheila I know. Just tell Sheila I know.
True.
And yeah, and you had a trip walking into the kitchen the other day, just a trip, just like something. Is that correct? And she was
I did.
laughing.
I did.
Yeah, because I just asked her to show me that she is with you. Because it's great when they say, "Oh, sure, I'm with you," but I say, "Well, show me." And she had a great giggle. She had a great giggle because you banged your toe hurt. Anyway, this is what she's saying. And she just had a great giggle with you. But, had you fallen or had something gone wrong, she'd have been sending lots of healing energy because that's the make of her. That's how she worked. Even through the difficulties she was working through. We'll put it that way.
Yes,
Yeah. Okay. Does that make sense to you, Sheila?
it does. And
Good.
we had 9 years between us, but people thought we were twins.
Oh, it's wonderful. She's your soul sister, Sheila. That's what she came to me with, and because I had been discussing souls, I said I'll see where that goes. But she is your soul sister, and I know there's something written about her. I don't know if you've written it or you're planning on writing it. It's half finished anyway. That's what I see. There's another page to go, and she's saying, "Don't worry about telling my secrets. My secrets are not as bad as others, so it's okay to share some."
Oh, wow.
Yeah, lovely. Okay. And so I send through you love for her children, acknowledgements of the situations that are going on. And she's such a giving girl, your sister, Sheila. She's such a giving girl. And
And
she,
music, I hear Hey Sister, Soul Sister. I hear that playing
that's it.
because
That's it.
music
Yeah.
was a big thing. Yeah,
That's why she's bringing me things musically, which
absolutely.
is which is one of Hail Sister, Soul Sister. I get it, which is I did, yeah. And the other thing is, Sheila, just let me as I can't. I'm trying to draw it to a close, but she just loves hanging in there, doesn't she? She just loves hanging out. I'm going to stay out for here for a little while. So, but that's she's just jesting with me. So she's just the love and respect she has for you, Sheila, how you stood up for her, how you wouldn't let her name be besmirched or taken
Yeah,
badly, and you've kept that memory of her upright and correct. And you play
absolutely.
your music as loud as you want, Sheila, she says. You play it as, and that saying, dance like nobody's watching and sing like nobody can hear. You dance when everybody's watching. You sing, and it doesn't matter who hears. They're just listening in the wrong key. That's how I work that one out. So again, as we conclude this, the joy she has in the memories of her life with you, Sheila, it's so joyful. And even though it was tough at times, we
Yeah.
both know that it's the joy that she holds within her. And she says,
Oh,
thank you. Thank you.
thank you.
All
Thank
right,
you.
Sheila.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, let me move now. Oh, right. Okay. I'm moving from sister to brother. All right. So I have a brother here and um uh okay. It's again like that. It's brother or brother like. So it's somebody who was as brother. And I just want to say this, he's a bit vain. I got to tell you that because I have to take off my glasses and I have to fix myself and I need to be looking very presentable. But he's such a warm smile. Doesn't look it when his face is resting, but when he smiles, it's so uplifting. I do believe it was a chest condition. I feel the heart was a big problem for him. The name Brian or a B name passes through my mind. And I also feel I haven't reached my 60s with this gentleman. And I know that he was very fit and he was very fit conscious because the muscles are hard. I'm not saying he's built like muscular, but the muscles are hard. And I know that he is a family man, but he was quite austere. Can I say that? Rules are rules, they must be kept to. And if you say you're going to be here at 6, you must be here at 6. But I also know, like that beautiful lady that was just with me, there is a love of music very different to what I was hearing there. And it's very orchestral. It's a very marching bands. It's because I'm seeing a trumpet. I'm seeing a trumpet as well. So I know I'm waffling on here. Is anybody understanding this, Annette?
I,
So
I
for,
don't have any hands yet.
that's fine. So we have a brother or like brother, someone who was extremely neat and tidy and very well spoken, and each of my words are being spoken so you don't misunderstand. I know that he loved to make things. I know he must have had a shed or a place in his garden where he would have his tools. And I know I'm fixing things. I know I'm shining up. It's like I'm shining up um, for all the world, I can say it's like a car bumper. I'm shining it up.
I have an Amy.
Amy, lovely, Amy. Does that, if you can unmute, maybe Amy. Sorry. You understand this, Amy?
Yes.
Okay. Do you understand it as brother?
No, as a friend who was like my
Who
brother for my
I'm
whole
happy
life.
with that because I couldn't. It was that close. Um, is it what did we say? His brother from another mother, isn't that it?
Yes,
Have,
yes,
have another Amy.
A second Amy.
A second Amy. Amy,
Oh, that's
Amy
interesting.
Baca, I think it is. And you're speaking with Amy Musette. Could I put Amy on?
All right. So who I was talking with? All right. Okay. Yes.
Amy V.
Amy V and Amy M. So Amy V, let me hear your voice, please. No?
Amy, looks like you're unmuted.
All right, let me continue. Let me continue anyway. Because I know the name Brian or a B name passed my mind. Would that suit you, Amy M?
yes,
Good.
yes. Well,
And
the brother, the friend brother was George, but he had kids, and that name is in his world.
right, that's fine. That's fine. It was just important. It was important. It's an important name, and he wasn't explaining it to me. Anyway, let me move on with this. So Amy V, and we can't hear her. So,
Amy V said, I'm not able to take the information. We're good.
oh, thank you, Amy V. Amy, well, we can just call you Amy now rather than Amy M. So I know that he had big secrets, didn't he?
Oh,
And
yes,
I'm doing this with my hand. So I know again there's a nervousness about him, a bit of agitation. Do you see that? And
yes,
um and I want to talk really, really, really fast and to get it all out. And I know, God bless you, he offloaded a lot on you, but you were okay with that because you throw it back to him. Isn't that right?
yes,
So you were an adversary, but you were an accomplice. That's it. He has quite big words, doesn't he? So rather than being his adversary, you were his accomplice. But
yes,
you know something, this is a very loving man who was taught not to love or not to show love. Isn't that right? Because
yes.
I
He was a
feel
veteran.
because I feel that he denied himself so much joy trying to be perfect, trying to prove to the world he wasn't the fool that he was told he was. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes,
Because it hurts my head and it hurts my heart as he blends with me, the emotion of him, always trying to prove himself, always trying to be the best. And that
he had
he never fully
PTSD.
learned it either. Sure, he didn't. But there's such a beautiful creative part of him that never fully manifested either. And I know he loved color, isn't that right?
Yes,
Bland, bland didn't suit. It had to be colorful, it had to be seen, and that was, I suppose, a bit like the peacock with its feathers, isn't it?
yes,
He kind of wanted, even the peacock can't put its feathers out all the time, but he always wanted to be like that, to be seen. Now, look, we both know, with the three of us here know that he never fully got through that. We know that, don't we? And it put a lot of pressure on his health, his physical health. He had an issue with the heart, didn't he?
Yes.
Because I feel stress can kill us. The doctors tell us that all the time, but when we internalize, and God bless you, Amy, because you did carry a lot for him, and he keeps saying God bless you. So I know he must have said that in life. He keeps saying God bless her, she did great for me. God bless her, she didn't. She'd make sure I ate when I didn't want to eat, and she'd make sure I'd stop when I'm eating too much. So
He
you're
was a
like, not,
Vietnam vet,
oh,
my
bless
dear
him.
friend, all my life, all my life.
And he, I mean, that would he never, that's the feeling. I understand it now. Thank you for sharing that. But he never got rid of that feeling
No,
of
never.
being afraid, of being scared. And the thing about it is, I am going to say this, even though, and thank you for sharing that, he had that from youth, from childhood. So his childhood was a bit hairy, scary at times as well, or how he reflected upon it. Now, let's move from that because we know all that. Let's look at him now, this joyful man who loves singing. And I'm singing Gene Kelly, like that musical. I'm just love. I'm singing in the rain. That's what I'm doing. Isn't it great?
Oh,
We're having all these musical renditions here today. But and singing in the rain and a happy, glorious feeling. Oh, isn't that great? So, Amy, the change that when he got out of his human skin, that soul was just so joyful and free. So he's apologizing, saying, I'm sorry to have caused the pain, but I just couldn't do it anymore. I just couldn't hack this world anymore. I was gone. That's it. Do you understand that?
yes. He died in the
And
woods.
he, thank you. But he said, I'm just very happy that he didn't have many enemies. His biggest enemy was himself. Oh, that's
Yes.
very interesting, very reflective. So I know as I work with him and he brings it to you, you can give yourself an awful hard time, Amy. And he's saying to you, you saw the damage that did to me. Why would you do it to yourself? Self-reflection is very healthy, but not in the way that you do it to yourself sometimes. So he's trying to help you understand how you assisted him, even when you thought you were doing nothing, just by saying, I am here for you anytime, gave him strength. Isn't that amazing? You may not have,
Oh,
carried it through. So you need to remember the strength you gave to him just by him knowing you are present in his life. And
thank you.
and I say that word present because you were a gift to him. You were a
Oh,
gift to him. And I'm going to also say that he lasted longer in this life because of your presence. Now,
thank you.
that's an interesting thing to say, but I have a feeling you understand that too.
Thank you.
So so as we move to he loves to dance, doesn't he? When he's free, when he's
Yes.
free of himself, he loves to dance and he's just moving around here. Gene Kelly, I get you, I get it. He's doing a Gene Kelly on it, and he's trying to say, look, I'm not ignoring the problems or issues that were there, but sometimes we just gotta hold the umbrella up in the rain and sing. I love that. So that's his gift back to you, is singing in the rain, Amy. Amy, you
Oh,
just sing in the rain. And what comes to my own mind is the rainbows cannot appear unless there has been rain. And you're
oh,
his rainbow.
oh,
And I leave that with you.
thank you so much.
Oh, you're
Thank you
most
so
welcome,
very
Amy.
much.
They were beautiful, Susan. This
Oh, thank you.
concludes a demonstration of spirit communication. So wonderful, touching. I was asked in the chat box if I could type in the author and the book that you mentioned. Could I type
Sure,
that?
sure. Yeah.
I
Do you
need
want
you.
me to do it?
Oh, if you could, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, no problem. If I can get my fingers to work right.
As you're typing, I want to thank everyone for attending the service and especially Susan Hughes. As you can tell, I love her joy, her passion for what she does. And before we end the service, that's when I was going to ask her to put the book, or I was going to type the book name in, but she's doing that now. We'll give her just a minute.
Yes, I can get my fingers to work, right? Yes. Oh, I just see what Amy is writing. I live on Rainbow Value. Oh, absolutely. Wonderful. That's where the rainbows came in, Amy. Thank you for sharing that.
I think, Susan, you just sent it only to yourself or to the, it didn't come through.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, right. Okay. Hang on. Jeez, do you know? Press everyone.
It's okay.
I'll copy and paste now. So I won't be so slow. And I'm Cara, and it's John O'Donoghue is the name.
Perfect. And that was typed above. So I think we should be good.
Got it?
Thank you. Yep. Perfect. Thank you so much as well.
You're welcome.
And now, as we end this service, we'll end with a prayer and a song, and invite Susan to lead us in the closing prayer.
Sure, no problem at all. Okay. Just settle myself as I, isn't it wonderful? I'm sorry, I'm going to my prayer now, but isn't it just wonderful? Love cannot die. It cannot die. If it did, our people on Spirit World wouldn't be here. Be in love, people. Be in love. Anyhow, as I bring this service to a close in prayer, and this sacred gathering we have been a part of, we pray to the loving Spirit. We are grateful for the presence of this love, which has filled this space and touched each of our hearts. And as we go forth, may the light of truth guide us, and may the wisdom shared here inspire us and help us to carry the peace, the love, the healing, all of this that we have been blessed with today in this sacred space. We will bring it to our daily lives and be beacons of that divine love which is granted to us. And we ask that you watch over us and our loved ones and keep us safe and grounded in your embrace. May we remain open to your guidance, trusting in the unseen forces that support and uplift us. And with this depth of gratitude, we release ourselves from each other for the moment, knowing that the connection we share can be brought alive at any moment. And we close this service in prayer, in love, in spirit and unity. And together we say, Amen.
May you all have a wonderful, wonderful week. And again, it was a pleasure and a joy to have Susan. Thank you so much.